Beautiful morning to you viewers. This is the bumper practice and it's a pleasure being back here with you Thursday morning. We did promise to be back. We had to take care of some technical issues and that's why we're starting at around this time. But don't worry, there's so much we have in store for you today. And I must say that we are excited because there is so much to talk about. We're taking a look at the stories in the papers this morning, and I'll get to introduce our guest quite soon, but let me run through the stories, and at the dot of 9, you meet our guest and we get a conversation underway. All right, the Guardian newspaper is where I want to begin from this morning. Suspects says APC orders aspirants to sign withdrawal letter. Ahead of next week's deadline for the sale of nomination forms of the APC, there is growing apprehension in the party over a controversial Form 18 letter of withdrawal attached to the expression of interest form that simply says, I'll try to read it completely so that you have an idea that for aspirants to fill and submit along with other forms and their credentials. The withdrawal letter addressed to the chairman must also be signed before a commissioner of oath, public notary before submission. It's saying, I hereby voluntarily withdraw my candidacy from the contest. My withdrawal is in the best interest of the great party, All Progressive Congress. So basically, before they fill the form, they already have a withdrawal letter. So there is absolutely no reason to go to court and say my candidacy was possibly taken or stolen. All right. The filling of the form is optional, says Omishore Fayemi Bagudu Akpabio or Shomole swell the APC presidential aspirants. Tinubu, the more the merrier, long list of aspirants, good for democracy. And the Southeast boosts agitation for 2023 presidency is North. Dick saying Buhari holds closed door meeting with Tinubu. Reps okay anti-terrorism money laundering bills. NCC licenses MTN. Mafab for 5G gives August rollout date. Lagos helpless traders mechanics take over service lane expressway. Detained lawmaker Dagogo Falls Hill hospitalized as the detained lawmaker. Rivers lawmaker is a member of the House of Representatives from representing a constituency in Rivers State, and he's been detained on the order of the police meeting. Controversial banner courses there at Akpabio's declaration. You have Sukapu seeks Southern Kaduna Development Commission. 2023, thousands of women storm Akura Street and mega rally for Yaya Bello says, we're not interested in zoning. What are you up to thousands? Yet to be said. All right, the Nigerian Tribune this morning, 2023, APC extends sale of forms, PDP postpones local government congresses. You have as more aspirants join presidential race, Fayemi or Shomole Akpabio declare their ambition. Amosu declares today, Bakare to declare 9th of May in Abuja. Badaru picks nomination form. If given opportunity to be president, I will serve with all my heart. Oshibaju tells the APC delegates in Taraba and Adamawa. Thousands of women, we have a special report how 22 states in Nigeria face risk of malnutrition, food insecurity in 2022. 5G NCC issues final letters of license to MTN and Mafab. Police arraign pastor for charging members 310,000 naira to have access to heaven. Two feared killed in another explosion at Imo oil facility. Ogun governor's ex-aide Rufai pleads guilty to COVID-19 fraud in the U.S. on no pay, no work. We stand not. That's NAAT. 2023 United Nations demand full women and youth participation. Calls for $351 million humanitarian response plan as Buhari hails the world body and others on the fight against terrorism. Reps to Buhari save Nigeria from precarious security situation. Match your word with action. That's coming from Afeni Ferre. All right, I move to the Punch newspaper. 2 minutes to go. Multiple candidates threaten Southern presidency. Leaders won 24 aspirants. Southwest APC leaders Ohaneze meets with aspirants to canvass consensus. Pro-zoning protesters storm PDP APC secretariat to warn against crisis. Fayemi Oshomole Akpabio declare Ekiti governor hasn't governed the state well, says PDP. 2023, there is a protest picture on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Palmer's shift to the south. APC, please note our concern. That's a picture story of the Punch newspaper. Save Nigerians from insecurity. Reps tell Buhari Nigeria needs men of integrity now. Obasanjo. Ogunman kills friend over $150 reports self to the police. Telecom firms diesel cost jumps by 233%, hits 360 billion naira. Slain military couple, Buhari demands killers arrest. IPOB denies complicity. A couple went to get married and was slain. I mean, this is Lagos pastor jailed for life for raping French twins. Court faults the parents. Buhari receives Guterres, says terrorism threat to global peace. ASU wants minister certificate withdrawn. Edo students protests. We intercepted 10.7 billion stolen crude oil, says the Navy. Right, I have this interesting story. Tinubu, many presidential aspirants good for democracy. The Nation newspaper tells us NBA charges federal lawmakers for no ransom payment bill. Some of the 3.8 million bank accounts not linked to BVN, 128.4 million customers targeted. MTN MAFAP to roll out 5G spectrum 24th of August. Abiodun suspended aid, pleads guilty to $350,000 fraud. $350,000 fraud. Abiodun's suspended aid. Boko Haram kills 8, sets military base ablaze in Chibok village. Shomole Fayemi Akpabio joint race. Jigawa government picks nomination from PDP. Case exclusion of 2 contenders. 8 fair dead in Lagos gang war. 78 for Undo PDP assembly primary. Lekki Port to generate $201 billion according to the Minister of Information and Culture. All estimated anyway. These are the stories on the front page of the papers this morning. I have the pleasure of introducing to you our guest this morning, Mr. Akin Fatunke. Is another state man. He is regular here, popular social commentator and a political analyst across the length and breadth of Nigeria. Is a tutor, is a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, and many, many more. Good morning. Good to have you here.
Thank you very much, Toby. Good morning, Nigerians and friends of Nigeria. It's good to be here.
Mr. Fatunke, what does my hair remind you of?
Well, I'm from the southwest, from my name. And, I grew up with my grandmother. And we have this stuff that is done with water yam.
Yeah.
And then you squeeze it and then fry it. In
Oh,
fact,
Jojo.
the US now said that we have something called an air fryer. In the air fryer, you don't need oil.
Oil
as
to
part
fry.
of
Yes.
healthy living. And then you now pull them together. Back in the day, you fry it. Of course, you spice it with some pepper, some
Crayfish
onions,
and all
some
that and all that.
always better served hot. Then you take a cup. By the time you do the 4 corner, south, southeast, south, west, southeast, northeast, north central, northwest, northeast, and the central of that Ojojo, and you put it in. Wow, this rodo that you have is called Ojojo. It's so easy. Some people will now look at that and say it looks like robo. Some people will look at it from the north and say it looks like balewa. Have you heard of balewa? No, that it's a sweet candy that that you take. Also in the north, it looks very much like fura than no. By the time you put it on and then you begin to swallow it, well, I know there are many toasters that Tommy Singh has. And
Oh my God!
they will just be waiting to grab your place let's leave her. That is an epitome of Africanness and beauty. This is great.
Thank you, Mr. Matuke. I knew that you wanted to comment because I was on phone before we started the show. You couldn't. It's good to have you here. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
Let's begin with something that is going to be fun for Nigerians to listen to today. Well, at the visit, that video is available. My director complained. The United Nations Secretary General visited Nigeria yesterday. I'm so glad the man is visiting everywhere. I mean, the other day he was in Russia with Vladimir Putin. Then it was in Ukraine with Volodymyr Zelensky. And then he added Nigeria to the list of countries to visit. And it came here to meet with our dearest President, Muhammadu Buhari. But it was quite interesting. A lot of people would say, yeah, it was received and all that and all that. One of the papers this morning has the picture story of how it was received from the news last night. My director can put that up. It was received. And I see the woman greeting him here. I see that picture of Zainab Ahmed greeting the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. In other countries, he would be greeted by the First Lady. Where is our First Lady, really?
Good question. Good observation. I dare say good spotting. Perhaps the camera did not.
Are you kidding me right now?
Perhaps.
So, because if the First Lady were there, then that's the front page story picture.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, really?
I know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the First Lady arrived from Dubai.
The other day she had an iftar dinner with all presidential aspirants.
Who knows, she might have gone back to Dubai.
Is she in Ayatos?
And she also might expect Guterres, the United Nations, to pay a courtesy.
Personal visit?
Yes, and those are some of the ethos of process and procedure that we see in this government. That you begin to wonder: is there a code of conduct? Is there a code of procedure? Do they understand it? And if they don't understand it, do we have retinue of aides that are being paid at taxpayers' humongous fees? Will not be able to now then point out. And then in any case, fear is fear. It might be the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, if it's a republic, I don't know if it's a republic, might have given excuse on her behalf, who knows.
No,
but if that is so,
Mr.
the
Fatuke,
press
all
or
of
the media needs...
All of the interesting
needs
visits we had. And Akufo-Addo was here. We had Amina Mohammed, our own Amina Mohammed, the other day. She was received by the Minister of Women Affairs and all. Now we have in the United Nations Secretary General, and I kept wonder where. I mean, this is what happens in other countries and in other climes. And this is not the first time we're having a president in Aso.
Other countries and other climes where heads are properly screwed up.
Thank God for Patience Jonathan. She will be at the forefront of that meeting.
Oh, she will have even, Patience might have just pushed her husband aside. And
she will be the first person to greet the person.
That's supposed to be a joke, but that's some part of the things that normally happens. Again, I begin to ask a fundamental question.
Yes.
Is culture part of this?
That's the first woman you're seeing on the list, and as you can see,
yes,
there are about just one woman in that list of people to receive.
Okay, so
the motorcade.
Were we ready for this?
Are you saying Antonio Guterres just dropped
Nigeria
on us
ever been ready for anything, whether it's in our sports, whether it's in education, whether it's in health, whether it's our governance? I mean, everything is turned upside down. And don't forget, the president of the Republic of Nigeria, filling the gaps, has told the whole world that the place...
That's what we're talking about. That's the Minister, Geoffrey Yama, Minister of Finance.
The place for women is in the other room, and so perhaps Madam is in the other room.
Are you kidding me right now, Mr. Fatuke? Was that a joke?
Did the president ever come back to tell you that he was joking when he said the place of the other woman is in the other
That's the
room?
second woman on the list.
The truth must be told. Nigerians are high flyers everywhere in the world, but we don't have high flying people leading us at virtually all levels as we speak in Nigeria. And if it is the same Nigeria that we have had leaders from the north, we've had leaders from the east, we've had leaders from the west, and we've had leaders from the central, we know how it is done.
Okay, a little bit of gossip,
tells
Mr.
you-
Fatuke.
It just
I
tells
couldn't
you
but wonder.
how far downhill we have gone.
Okay, so that was Antonio Guterres. You know, he did mention that one of the things, the most important thing that Nigeria must be working on right now is the issue of terrorism, and we can just have that conversation. But let's go to something else that did happen yesterday as well. Nigeria's Minister of Information visited the Lekki Deep Sea Port to see the level of work being done there. And every time this kind of visit is done, we tend to hear estimated figures. Okay, we're going to be making about $201 billion, you know, in 45 years. A whooping 45 years, like a window that is like, I don't get it. Was that supposed to be inspiring? $401 billion. Why do we first of all calculate our revenue in dollars? Do we spend dollars now? Is our budget planned in dollars?
Well, actually, frankly, you delineate in dollars because sale is made in dollars.
Okay.
And
Okay, so the
private
excise
companies-
duty we're going to be charging at the seaport is also going to be calculated in dollars.
can be converted.
Our tax is going to be calculated in dollars.
At the ruling rate. In fact, our local currency is not stable, and so you delineate in dollars for now. I know the Chinese are also trying to pick. Okay, the Russians too. in the wake
Rubble. Of the sanctions.
to delineate and tie your currency there. Now you can come back and then do a conversion into naira to do your working capital and all what's not. But the problem I dare say is that even when you are delineating it in dollars as an accountant, you measure to the almost nearest cents. Are we getting that in Nigeria? The last time I checked, I am not too sure. I may be wrong, but all my time in working in the oil and gas industry, we were not in a position to say this is what we produced, this is what we sold, this is how it is denominated in dollars in some escrow account or back to Central Bank of Nigeria, and the shortfall or the reconciliation, which is huge, gone into smuggling, gone into open thefts because of lack of accountability, and then the little that now drops in, we have not, let me call it, invested in a very proactive and creative way. It is small, but other countries do what you call assets indenturing. List your assets, and foreign capital goes around and come and do a BOT, build, operate, and transfer. And so is the reason why revenue is low, population is high, stealing is high, and the very little that we have, the first tier goes to our politicians, those who are deceiving us, and we know they are deceiving us.
Okay.
And they come back.
According to you, Mr. Fatuke.
According to the whole world, they know they are deceiving us, and they are not.
And you say we also know?
Oh, we know. Of course, we know.
We are aware.
Oh, of course, we are aware.
Oh, okay.
We are aware that we are not getting accountability.
Because I'm just wondering, what level of awareness would you now say that Nigerians have?
We are aware, and ignorance is no excuse. I mean, if you got into a situation where you have a death, a lame and a blind coming to do a joint venture must put controls in place. So for the deaf, anytime you are frying the ojojo, you must continue to whistle so that we know that the thing is not going to into the wrong mouth. And accountability. My grandmother didn't go to a formal school, but she sent all her children up to university level. How was she able to do that? Accountability of a lot of the things that she was able to get, selling wood, selling firewood, selling here and there. This is what she's made. This is how she's going to allocate them. Okay, the firstborn, you go into university first. It's an investment. I don't know if I'm going to be alive, but your kid sister
needs to go
also, it's also your responsibility.
Yeah.
What do you call that? That's what you call management. I am not saying that here in the way and manner that we are being governed. No food, no lights, no education, no health care system, and somebody wants to tell me that we don't know. Of course we know.
Yet you have politicians spending about 100 million naira, 70 for some parties.
We see them in
buying farms
in private jets, and we still go to do rankadede to them.
And you say we are aware.
We are very much aware.
Aren't we the ones? Did you see the number of people? Can we have that video from Akure yesterday? If we can have that video from Akure rally for Yaya Bello yesterday. Quite an interesting picture, because I see every newspaper this morning carrying it as a front page story. Obviously, they did pay for it.
You are going to tell me?
Mr. Fatuka, please take a look at this. Take a look at this. The crop of people, women, Nollywood actresses, market women, all cuts across all walks of life, telling us that the person they are canvassing for, who is owing months of salary, who has decided to pay a percentage of what is due to his staff as salary for so many months, is who they're canvassing for. I mean, the caliber of people.
So you have answered your question.
So I'm asking, and you say they are aware?
Oh,
really?
Oh, they are not aware?
I thought they were in a trance, or maybe.
I tell you something. In strategy, if you are an armed robber, and if you are a terrorist, and you don't need to go to school, and by wielding AK-47 or rocket launchers, millions upon millions are going to come back to you. Is it morally right for you to do that? But you don't have a control to say what you are doing is wrong. So what you now then do is begin to harvest more and more people, and you say armed robbers are not aware that the tears, blood, and sorrow they are bringing to fellow human beings is wrong. They are aware, of course. Now, those are women. Those are women, and if anybody is not going to tell
Mr.
me,
Fatuke, you're saying those are
aware.
women. You know what baffles me? Simply because the man appointed enough women, as it were, enough, and enough is relative here, into his cabinet, saying that Nasir El-Rufai did, into his cabinet. It has been said that he has suddenly become a messiah of women.
In the city of the blind, don't forget what.
Oh, okay, the one-eyed man is a king.
He's a king, but he's also blind. So, which is exactly, or half blind, which is exactly what we are seeing here. Wisdom is profitable to direct, and there's a wide difference between knowledge, wisdom, and emotional intelligence. I am not alleging. I am telling you with authoritative facts that when you see stuff like this, a lot of things would have gone down.
Oh, okay. A lot of baskets. A lot of baskets.
So if you have a basket that you've hidden somewhere, it does not matter if every other person is hungry, then you go for your ashoke and all that kind of stuff. Perhaps sponsored by by instead. All what you need to do is just to go and raise your hand and dance when you know innately that you are doing a macabre dance that will not get you anywhere.
Okay.
But Sorry, that will not get Nigeria anywhere, but it will get you and your pocket at least a little bit of loaf of bread. What's the difference between what you are saying and people who trade their votes and put 500 naira
inside a loaf of bread?
We are going to see more of that. And you tell me those people are not aware?
And you see, when we talk about 2023 presidency, I think one of the things that we should be clamoring for is not the idea of jettisoning the zoning idea. I thought one of the things Nigerians should be clamoring for is what the vice president or what the former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, said. A man of integrity.
A man of integrity.
Proven integrity.
A man of integrity and of capacity of character, and a man that has a depth understanding of human beings. All that we have put aside.
So are you not saying that we are a dancing group of people who just want to feed our bellies, and after feeding our bellies,
First question I'd like to ask Nigerians, are those women, are they mothers?
Yes.
Okay. Are they wives? Are they sisters?
Are you saying that their leader is Hafsat Abiola? I whisper that also that people.
Okay, yes.
That's
So they are alive, and they perhaps.
You know, there's some jobs that is an insult to you as a person.
Well, you take some insult if you know you are going to take money that is dirty. But that's by the way.
Oh, okay.
But I'm asking these questions. Are they mothers?
Yes.
Are you sure they are mothers?
Yes, they are.
Let's assume they are.
They're going to tell their children to vote,
Let's
obviously.
Are they aware, or perhaps they are not aware to look your.
I thought they were not aware.
They are not aware that.
Or of the history of Kogi State, for example.
They are not aware that there are 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds who have been kidnapped, have been in kidnappers' den, and who call those.
They are also not aware that COVID-19 did not get to Kogi State. When everybody had COVID, there was no COVID, even though they spent over 500 million or something on building COVID.
And they are also not aware that there is poverty in the land. Of course, they are not aware. They don't see. Okay. Now, the mere fact that you have eyes and the mere fact that you've gone to school to get a certification is not functional education. Functional education is an education that is hinged on morality, that is hinged on your capacity to work, is hinged on this concept of saying the way I make my money, the way and manner that I make my money is as important as the money I make. I have seen situations where in Africa, indeed in Nigeria, I've seen people that say, look, this is not the type of money that I want. I prefer my dignity for the sake of legacy and for the sake of my children and children yet to be born. Well, what you saw there in the streets of Akure, I'm afraid you know it's not the first time that it's happening. I also can tell you for free that something similar happened in 2015. It happened all of the democracy, and women are recruited to go to the stadium. They are promised heaven and earth. Go and ask. Go and do your investigation. And I'm on national television. I've seen women who have come back and came to tell me that maybe around 12 a.m. and stuff like that, they sent some men to them and said, look, if you really want something, yes, I know you are here, we've promised you, but we've got to go and see your guy in a suit. Go and see a guy in a suit at 12 a.m.
Okay, so you know what's that for?
Okay, so Judge, we have a morally decadent society that is not making.
We are morally bankrupt as a people.
Any leeway,
Mr. Fatuke,
into the future.
Another big question I should ask you here is the fact that are Nigerians really good? Because I asked you, are they aware? You said yes. Are they quick to forget as well? Are we quick to forget as Nigerians? 2019, just the backyard, 3 years ago, there was an election in Kogi State. A woman leader of a political party that is the opposition was killed, burnt in a house.
Oh, they are not aware.
Oh, we're not aware. Okay, are we also aware
or they forgot
that the SDP governorship candidate was a woman, and she wasn't just beaten, battered, and disgraced for ever considering, conceptualizing the idea of contesting?
I'm sure
We're also
they are aware, but they might have forgotten.
okay. So we're
And we
quick
might
to
have
forget
also
as well.
forgotten that on Lokoja Road,
Yes.
nearly every day in the past 10 years,
Of the 2 terms,
people are killed in motor accidents. Oh,
especially tanker accidents.
I am very sure that
We forgot it.
we must have forgotten.
Oh, okay.
You see, like the Bourbons of France, learned nothing, you've forgotten nothing. And
Okay. Since
we are talking about Kogi women, I think that goes for virtually all aspects of our tribes and tongues in Nigeria.
because I was
May the
quite
Almighty
shocked
God
too
have-
when we
have
had
mercy.
we had a fancy charade as well like that was had that we had in Akure. You know, where the other day we had a charade like that as well. You know where. But let's not talk about Yaya Bello alone. He's not the only one contesting.
In the Ivory Tower, are you aware? I know you are a proud student of Great Ife, which is also coming after a great Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. No, now,
Seriously.
you saw in the social media and in terrestrial media is a place somewhere in the east, a vice chancellor was appointed, and what did we see? Dancing.
Celebration.
Oh, is that what the Ivory Tower has turned into? And then your great Ife, your great Ife.
We appointed our own, and our Ife indigenous decided to go on the rampage
And they
because
say
it's not an indigenous.
And then they will carry fetish adebo in great institution. My point is simple: whether the politicians, whether the women that are deceiving themselves, believing that they are deceiving others, whether in the academia, whether in our religious and shrine circles, whether in our normal day-to-day interactives, whether in things that you never believe will happen as it happened to those couple that were beheaded, they were decapitated.
For simply going to get married. I don't get it.
Not you initially talked about Guterres.
Yes.
Don't forget, Guterres is aware that we are the 5th in number from number 1. Terrorist organizations, countries, designated terrorist organizations
yes.
that are not taking adequate steps. Yes, he said adequate steps are being taken, but we know those are sophistries. We know that there are terrorists in Nigeria being sponsored from the top. We know who they are. They've given all their names, and they are not being
Mr.
prosecuted.
Fatuke, please, I need you to clarify when you say we. You say they know who they are. Our government says they know who they are. Yeah. They also said, according to the Minister of Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, they know who their sponsors are.
Yes.
And we've had this another charade.
I know.
Nice. We're going to publish the names. We're going to publicize it. We're going to make it public, about 300 and something names. And we've been talking about that since 2020.
So they are rulers, and not us. We elected them there willy-nilly.
No, we appointed them.
Appointed or elected them.
They are there.
So we are in the same vehicle. If a vehicle now has an accident and you are not the driver, will you not have a casualty there?
Definitely, as the passengers.
So our choice is if those.
We made our choices. We made our bed.
Oh yes, and then we must learn how to lay on it. And if democracy, which is the vehicle that has no spare tire that we have been putting on all this while, if democracy is not working, then we have a right to rise up and say the democracy that works elsewhere is not working here because we have decided to put carpenters at the driving wheel. When we now put a train driver, we don't even put him in the car at all, just jettison him. That describes the cruise that Nigeria has been. But it can change if we elect to change, and we can change it. What happened in Kogi that you saw is not an indication of a people that are ready to change. We are being selfish, being self-centered, being visionless, being out of character, and you know what? The wheel of justice, it grinds slowly.
What is definitely grind?
Something similar happened like this during Jonathan's time. On their way back there was a terrible accident in a part of the country, and many of them died. The wheel of justice grinds slowly, but it grinds well. William Wordsworth made that fundamental statement, and it's still on.
All right, APC has decided to extend the sale of its farm for a couple of more days. I think it extended it till next week, so more people can actually go out and buy the farms. And interestingly, so many other people are declaring for presidency. Our dearest Minister of the Niger Delta joined them yesterday, Godswill Akpabio. It's quite interesting as well that the Swagger women decided to also jump on board. And the Swagger women decided, in support of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu to talk about what needs to be done, how much more women need to come out to support the former governor of Lagos State and the national leader of the APC to achieve his lifelong ambition, as he calls it, to become president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But I like the way he also said, reacted to so many other people buying the forms yesterday. He did say the more, the merrier. He said the jostling for the presidency, the long list of aspirants is also good for democracy. According to Asiwaju, the president is doing what he needs to do about it by responding and asking people, many people, to be a part of it. And the president is saying, if you want to contest, please go ahead and contest. And, whatever happens, you go ahead and contest. And we know whoever will come out at the end of the day. But let's listen to some of the women who spoke at that event yesterday, and then we're back in the studio.
And vote for women to be in relevant structures, in all the stratas of positions in politics. We are going to make sure that people see us as serious and not see us as just clapping hands, and see us that we are mothers. We are mothers to all these men. We are their mentor. They are our mentee. We know how to maneuver them. We know how to turn them around. We know how to change their mind, and we are going to make sure that 5 million women in Lagos State are going to change the minds of 5 million men towards Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2023, inshallah.
Definitely, our numbers will go. People don't know the importance of the power they have in their hands, and who is a better teacher than a woman? Even the president was birthed by a woman. So I believe that as mothers, nation builders, as born nurturers, the job, really, the task is on all of us as women to occupy our place and just make a difference, especially in these forthcoming elections.
For this upcoming event, I appeal for every woman out there to join us for this event. They will have a lot to learn. They should join us and know this is not just sitting down and talking. This is a case of getting involved in politics and making a change for our children, for our grandchildren, and for our unborn children. And the time is now. We must take our place in the political terrain.
I appreciate them, and I welcome for them to be part of the great office, because they are if you look the population of the people voting in canvassing, you see the highest people is the women. So we have to add them to the government, because at least with them and with the men, we can able to rub minds together, because what we need is for we to have a great change and for we to meet the demand of the people. So with that, they can be coming together and communicating very well, and by the grace of God, we're going to have a successful government.
Yes, Mr. Fatunke. Many more people joining the list of joining the list to jostle for presidency. And to top it all up, you have Akpabio, you have Fayemi, you have Tunde Bakari, you have Bagudu, Atiku Bagudu.
And more are coming.
And more.
Tomisi,
and our dearest former NLC chairman and Edo State governor, former APC chairman, Adams Oshiomhole. Interesting times.
I am an economist, Tomisi, and may I ask you politely?
Okay.
not you directly, but asking Nigerians.
Okay.
If you set up a shop
Yes.
and you're really not sure you are going to make money,
Okay.
you've done your best,
Yes.
employed and all that,
Yes.
you didn't make money, you likely want to shut up that shop, go look for some other business.
Of course.
But same business, you have a shop, and customers are lining up that they want your products. I said, look, I don't have enough product. It shouldn't be whatever I say. Over the bar, I want to buy your products as the entrepreneur. What are you going to do?
Of course, I'll go source for the product and give it to them now.
You source for the product,
Yes.
or you source for nothing and deceive them as much as you can.
And they are signing the form to say that, didn't you hear? There is a form, a withdrawal of interest, a letter of withdrawal.
We
It's
are
already in the
talking
form that they are buying for
about a
100 million.
business and a vehicle that have been set up
Yes.
and is making and raking in billions of naira without a
Lifting the finger.
Now you could look at it and say, well,
Is it?
all
it's
of
a
you
good
are coming
business.
back. You are bringing in the money because we know you have stolen them anyway. Please come back and bring in.
And when you bring the money, don't forget you're already signing the letter of withdrawal.
They know, look, the money you are bringing is just a tip. It's a tip. It's a tip of what you have.
Just
So that you can then come in and then dip your hand more in the jar. If you are the entrepreneur or the chairman of the enterprise, like President Muhammadu Buhari, and the CEO like Abdullahi, chairman of the party, I'm looking at APC, you now want to close the shop?
I won't close the shop now.
You allow the shop, the more the merrier, so that at the end of the day, when you are going to do your accountability,
No
like it
wonder.
happened to PDP at the Wadata House, all the monies that they got, they said went to Wadata House, nothing. Wait and see what's going to happen.
No wonder Shivaji
into
Bola
how
Ahmed
this-
Tinubu said, the more, the merrier. Please keep bringing the money.
So you can't,
But APC, I have a request.
customers are always right, isn't it?
Oh, but APC, I have a request. When they finish bringing the money, before the elections, can you please, of all of this 100 million that you have been collecting, just do one thing for us. Just build a youth center. Don't, not your national secretariat. Just build a youth center for coding and something. Build it in somewhere in the south or somewhere.
Or a
you
center
know?
of excellence for our health, or center of
Oh,
education.
you can even build a hospital. Name it APC National Hospital. We don't mind.
So
Just
listen,
build a
can I ask
tertiary
you-
hospital.
can I ask
From the
you,
money, because you are
What
going to
you
get
are
about.
suggesting,
Yes.
or are you saying they
There are
don't? Wait, hang on. Are you saying they don't know that's what they should do?
No, they don't know.
They don't know.
We have said, Mr. Fatuke, don't worry. If there are up to 10 of them, that's 1 billion naira. 500 million should at least build us some measure of good
All these
hospital.
people are aware of moving right and they move left for their reason. They know, but they want to do the wrong thing.
Let us tell them.
Okay, now you've told them.
Yes.
You come back and tell me.
Hospital, build national hospital for us.
We
Okay?
are going to be alive. You are going to. I hope you have the courage to call me and say, "I said so, Mr. Fatuke. You are wrong. You are right." We'll see.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fatuke, for joining us today on the Bumper Breakfast. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're talking about valuation and real estate. We'll be back.
Wọ́n ní pé mo tún ti dé, wọ́n ní pé mo tún ti gbèrèdè o. Another new dimension, and when we step on the place, enemies they wanna fade away o. E go shock you like high tension. Oh my God, dance along, oh my God, dance along. You know say only you can turn me on. And them they danga now, when them they hear my song around the kilometer, make it just take burn me low. Wọ́n ní pé mo tún ti dé, wọ́n ní pé mo tún ti gbèrèdè o. Another new dimension. Port Harcourt. Èmi ò dẹ̀ gbádùn gan mo kò fún dẹ̀ lákọ̀lákọ̀. She tell me say brother lẹ́kàn. Àwọn ṣe àgbálù olómi ló máa rẹ̀. Olómi ló máa rẹ̀ o. Jẹ́ ká bára wa yín máa kọ̀ǹdó. Mo lólómi ló máa rẹ̀ sẹ́. By the time I give her combo, she go know I got the control. No dey play me o. Wọ́n ní pé mo tún ti dé, wọ́n ní pé mo tún ti gbèrèdè o. Another new dimension. And when we step on the place, enemies they wanna fade away. It go shock you like high tension. I'm a god dance along, I'm a god dance along. You know say only you can turn me on. And them they dance now when them they hear my song. Around the kilometer make it just take burn me low. One ikwe mo tuti day, one ikwe mo tuti day. Another new dimension. Water ba mi délé, carry water for me baby. Ọmọ gbọ́ làwọn ò kéré, èmi ọ̀bù lélẹ̀. This one no be ká lọ kábọ̀, come up for the bed baby ká lọ pálọ̀. Ojú mi ti rẹ̀ terminator àná. Fire for the bed èmi ṣáná no dey play me o. Wọ́n ní pé mo tún ti dé, wọ́n ní pé mo tún ti gbèrèdè o. Another new dimension.